Hey everybody, it's Bruno and welcome to MB. Click on the subscribe button below here and you'll never miss an episode. And also you can follow us on LinkedIn and on Facebook on MegaPixx Media. Enjoy the episode.
That's right. What's up, you sucker? That's right. What's up, you sucker?
So we're looking at drum roll. I'm not gonna do drum roll because my camera's gonna move, but right? Number one secret that absolutely kills wealth.
Okay, Bruno, this
Yeah,
is
good.
procrastination. And let me dive into this because I think this is so important to know. We all know about procrastinating. I mean, let's call it what it is. I procrastinated before every exam, every project in school, my whole way through. So I am a queen of procrastination. However, that truly is the number one killer to your wealth. And I'm going to talk about it from a couple different aspects. But the first one is that it's really hard to feel wealthy or rich or abundant when you have nagging thoughts in the back of your head of like this to-do list of things you know that you need to do financially. Like you have that ongoing list, we all do, of financial things that need to get done and checked off and get in order. And until you do them, they will sit there and nag. And while that nagging is happening in the back of your brain, you're gonna actually start to feel overwhelmed, stressed out, and worried about life, maybe even a little bit fearful. And that does not help attract abundance and wealth to you. It actually repels it, right? It's like the law of attraction, right? So that is why you absolutely want to get things handled. Now, my clients are, first of all, they're amazing. If any of them are listening to this, hi, I love my clients. They are awesome people. And you know why? Because they took the scary, I say scary, I'm not scary. I only bite once in a while, but they took this scary step of, you know, having that courage to come and meet with me and just sit through and maybe not even knowing what it's going to cost or what this is going to happen. Like we do a lot of free intakes with clients just to kind of see where they're at and see if we can help them at all. But they are putting their trust in me, and that means I'm on my game. So when they call me, I don't procrastinate. And that's something too. When you have a business, you don't procrastinate for your clients, right? So it's no different. If you're a business owner right now, you know that you're like, your client service is like, everyone knows customer service is, you know, you have to be on your game with customer service. So that's no different in my business, right? And here's the other thing, like financial planners are rare. They're rare in Canada. Let me tell you, let me paint you the picture of the Canadian landscape quickly. There are about, I think 19,000 something certified financial planners in Canada, okay? Out of that, call it 20,000, there's probably only, I would guess, about maybe half of them, you know, 10,000, 13,000 true independent financial planners that are working right now. The rest of them might be retiring, older, not taking on new clients, that kind of a thing. So it's rare to find a financial planner for starters. If you want one, you need to go out and get yourself one. To be honest, it's a very hard industry right now to kind of get in, and it's changing and morphing so fast. You want to get in with someone. It's kind of like, I liken myself to a doctor, right? As a doctor, I only have X number of, you know, slots for clients in a day. Once those slots are filled, I cannot help more patients. So it's a lot like being a doctor, right? So you want to get in on with a good CFP, you want to get in on their roster, and like it will seriously change your financial life. So that is what my clients get from me. They get my, like they get a response time, they get, you know, serviced, they get support in whatever way, shape, or form that is for my clients. And that's kind of the level of service that I've come to deliver to them. And I know they appreciate it. And I know that they're reaching their financial goals because we talk about it. We set benchmarks. We have annual reviews. I'm available to them all the time. And I know we're helping them reach their goals. So that's the kind of person you want on your team. And so you don't procrastinate on that. Don't procrastinate on finding someone to be on your team. Don't procrastinate on creating that circle of professionals around you. I call it your dream team, but you know, making sure you have that lawyer, that accountant, that financial planner, that banker, that lender, that insurance advisor, like whatever it is, make sure you have all that in place for your sake, right? So that's kind of my big thing with it. You don't want to procrastinate, because here's the thing, when you procrastinate, CRA becomes the biggest beneficiary on your estate. CRA gets more taxes, you know, if you don't actually do proper tax planning and stay on top of things beforehand. By the time you're filing your taxes, it's too late. It's too late. You missed the game. So you need to not procrastinate on these things and get on these things today. And there's no waiting for it. Like, time is money, really. And you really need to make sure that if you want to keep that wealth with yourself or with your family, you need to like dig deep, find those reasons. You got to find your why. And then you just got to go take those action steps, even if it's sending an email and saying, hey, can I book a call with you and, you know, see if I can explore your services? You need to get those people on your team. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for my clients. And that's what you need in your life, really.
Wow. You know, that is I know we touched on, or you touched on procrastination before. And you know what? The more you talk about it, I think that's what it is. You just have to procrastinate less, I guess, because you can't nothing. But when you're a you mentioned that you procrastinate in your life and everything like that. But I think when it comes down to your clients, I don't think you're gonna wait around too long to give me a call back. And I tell you what, I lived that with you, is that, hey, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do that. It's like, whoa, boom, boom, boom. And you can tell the people that, you know, I only check my emails on Monday. It's like, oh my God, they drive me crazy. I couldn't do business with them, right? Yeah. And you really do strike me as a go-getter. And I know you're a go-getter. And that's amazing to have that kind of attention to your portfolio. At the end of the day, you mentioned doctors. I don't joke around about this. I say, you know what? In the financial business or in the job business, you know, like when you're trying to get a job, you know, to earn money, I say, you know, doctors are in the life or death, because let's say they're in a coma, somebody's in a coma, heaven forbid, right? Or surgery. Everybody around them are saying, you know what, I hope they get better, hope they get better. As soon as they're better, you know, I think you better find a job or make money, because, so I always say they're in the life or death, we're in the do or die. And you are certainly in the do or die business. And I kind of feel that I was too, in finding people jobs. And, you know, the financial side is like, can you imagine, you know, and this is what drives me crazy, is the market can tank or increase at any time. You're never going to time the market. We agree to that. But can you imagine I saved my whole life and I kind of go, hey, Jimmy, you know, I want to pull some money out for my son who's going to school. And they call you back 3 days later. In those 3 days, the freaking market tanks. How unlikely is it? I don't know. Look at it this day, you know, these days, right? So that is great advice. And I will tell you that this has been like super awesome. And I said that again, but I really want you to put your book up, because I'm raffling it out to one of our subscribers. You never know, you're one of our subscribers, so you might want to get the second one. Are you going to autograph that for me? I
absolutely will.
Okay. Taking care of your assets. That's what I want you to write down, to my friend Bruno. And so let's, so it's Strut, and it's how to kick your financial assets, right? And your podcast, everything's under here anyways. Money Makeover, you have interesting guests there trying to change the world. And your company obviously is Ellements Financial Group. And I love the name because your name is Lisa Elle, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So Lisa, you know what? 10 out of 10. This was a lot of fun. You know, but we always end up by, you can ask me one question.
Oh, no.
Most people tune out at this point because they're not.
Oh, one question. Anything?
Got the power of edit.
Okay, what is the one thing you would want to give as a tip for a money mindset, like on a wealth mindset? What would be your number one tip?
Yeah, you know what? You kind of took the procrastination when I say something else. Is it what I would like to say, but I don't want to steal yours, right? Is if you're not willing to get up in the morning, somebody else is, right? So, and so other than that, I'm going to tell you is that if somebody tells you, I'm looking away from the camera here because I'm not thinking, I'm trying to make it abbreviated. If somebody tells you it's complicated, they don't know what they're talking about. Exactly. I really don't. And I'm not trying to tell I'm not trying to tell everybody out there that what you do is not complicated. It's not, it's complex, right? Or play on words. But if you're not able to explain it to me, that I kind of go, yes, and I'm able to assess the risk, I shouldn't do it. And nobody else should do it. If you don't understand it, how can you assess a risk to it? So I guess going back to what you do best is you educate. I know you have education for women for financial advice, right? If you don't get it, the only person that's going to really lose is you. And I always say stuff like, if somebody else wants it more than you probably don't really want it. So if you really, really want financial security or financial stability or retirement, or your kids go to school, or your kids not to pay taxes and go under probate and all that, I think that you gotta spend some time on this stuff. Stop watching daytime TV and start reading books about what a seg fund is versus what some other fund is, right? So I think that's what it is always try to stay, informed. And if the word that I hate when they say it's complicated, how complicated can it be, right? So it's like you put in $10, it may go to 12, it might go to 9. Okay, got it. So at the end of the day, that's what it is, right? So that's a good question. That's a great question.
That's great advice. Completely great advice. Yes, and I think more people spend time planning their next vacation than they do anything related to financial planning. And if they could even just switch that, they would change their lives.
Oh, it's easier to spend a fortune than make a fortune, I'll tell you that much. But Lisa, I have a feeling we're going to have many more conversations for sure. And I really encourage everyone to click down here, get in touch with Lisa, have the courage to stop procrastinating and take control of your financial future, right?
Absolutely.
That was a pretty good commercial jingle right there.
Right there. Good to go.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks so much, Bruno.
Well, you know what? That's pretty much all the time we have for this episode today. Thank you for tuning in with us. And you know what? Make sure you subscribe to our MegaPixx media channel so you will never miss an episode. And also, you can follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, Instagram. We have content almost every day. So thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you guys soon.